Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. Oh my gosh, do we have a special show here for you tonight? This is obviously a new time that we're trying out, so thank you for joining it this time. I know it's reaching a lot more of the world than our normal time. We'll see if this is a good thing or not a good thing. If I'm speaking quickly, let me share. I am way out of our comfort zone. My name is Michael Sandler. I'm the host of Inspire Nation. I'm way out of my comfort zone here. I teach automatic writing, I teach channeling, I teach mediumship, and yet this is still way outside of my comfort zone. So I had no plans on doing this show. And in fact, if you're not happy about the show, you don't need to watch it. Even if you are happy, you don't need to watch it. Last week, after Pope Francis passed away, my wife Jessica, she asked me, can you channel Pope Francis and see if he has a message for people? And when my wife speaks, I hop to attention. And so the following morning, I went into my automatic writing. So I believe it was a week ago now. And I asked Pope Francis if Pope Francis wanted to come through. And if so, what words he had to share. And in about a minute's time, I am going to share with you all of it. There are words here that I had to look up in the dictionary. There are words here that I could not even find in the dictionary. There was all sorts of Latin toward the end that I had to go and do my homework and figure out what in the world was spoken. So to me, it's very clear, it ain't coming from me. But it is totally up to you, whatever you feel and believe. And I love you. And I guess we just get to go into it and see where we get. If you can sense that I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm a lottle uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean any less that we get to do it. And I grew up as a good Jewish boy who was sent to Catholic school and Catholic high school before I escaped and ran, not because of his Catholicism, but ran from the school in junior year. This is so nothing of anything that I planned or thought or anything of doing. So let me see. Is there anything else that I get to share before we dive in? Oh, timing. We held this back a week. 2 weeks ago, I was told in automatic writing that a very big event would happen before my next YouTube live event. That was last Sunday or for last Monday. And to hold off on a topic because there was going to be a world-changing event. And I waited all week and waited and finally got to do a YouTube Live on a different topic. And then the day that I was supposed to do a YouTube Live event is when Pope Francis passed away. And so I had this channeling and I was able, or a day after he passed away, I had this channeling. I was able to give this last week, but it felt like giving that breathing room was necessary. For if you're feeling it's not respectful, it's too soon, I get it. I understand what you're saying. But this is the message that I was given to share. So I'm going to do the best I can. A last technical note. I do a lot of channeling, for instance, with Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is supposed to be our show next week, the June or May prediction show. And Archangel Michael and I have communicated so many times, hundreds of sessions in automatic writing, that the voice goes fluidly back and forth. I'm not a trance channel. I don't close my eyes. I don't do this. I guess this would be good for a thumbnail photo, but that's not what I do. I basically take transcription, take notes from, for instance, Archangel Michael, and then I'll speak to you, and he'll tweak the words as I'm speaking to you. I don't pretend to know what's going to happen here. I am not going to trans channel Pope Francis, not even slight. I am connecting to him and connecting to his spirit in case he wants to tweak what I have written down. So the voice I'm going to speak to you, first I will start by just reading what he said. And then at some point it is going to come through as my voice, though I make no claim to fame or take no ownership of what is being said here. I am so tongue-tied. And if you know me in my shows, I am not usually tongue-tied. Let's see if there's a last note on this. Usually I do a teaching, and then I have a Q&A, and then a brief meditation. We are packing up the studio after this. We're in Florida. We moved to Vermont Wednesday morning. This wasn't even going to be a planned event day. I was supposed to be a packing day. So I will probably cut it the shorter point without that Q&A, maybe or maybe not without the meditation depending on how long it takes me. Okay, let's dive into this, as I know if there were 1,000 people here, they're now like, two. Oh, I see there are already thumbs down. I'm not sure what I could have said to get a thumbs down yet, but guess what? I love you anyway. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right. Hi. If you've ever watched Mork and Mindy from, was it the 70s or 80s, I can see Mork calling Orson, come in, Orson. I'm looking at my notes here, and I wrote down, I call in Pope Francis. No disrespect of Mork, meaning it's not in the same anything, even on the same planet, but I call in Pope Francis. I wrote, I call in Pope Francis. And this is where it begins. I call in, and before I could finish the next line, I got, I am here, dear one, and it is my pleasure to meet you. Of course, I am alive and well on the other side of the veil, which is really not so much a veil as a passageway, and one like a river itself that we are continuously crossing back and forth, truly like the ebbing and flowing of tides, though we do not recognize it as such on your side of the veil. But that's how time works, and the tides for that matter too. You're continuously crossing to and fro, living on the earthly plane, doing what you can there, then coming back. Of course, it was my goal to make it to Easter, to make it to Easter Mass, and to be there to see my people during that time. That was my goal, but my goal was also loftier than that. It was to change hearts and minds, truly to bring people together and end a lot of the nonsense I saw on earth. Nonsense? Yes, this desire to separate, this desire to isolate, this desire to harm my children, meaning those in lower economic stature or political stature. You call this the third world, immigration and more. There's such a push on earth for separation, and that is not a good thing at all. There's such a push toward criticalization, or dare I use the word demonization, making this a demonic experience, for lack of another term. You're a bad person if you do this, if you travel there, if you dare to want to make a better life for yourself. And I say everyone has a right to make a better life for themselves. Everyone has a right to fresh drinking water, clean air, proper food. Everyone has a right to proper work, sustenance, and being able to support one's family. This is very important to me and still is on the other side. These things do not go away. Yes, truly, if there were a constitution that all men, women, and children are created equal, now this I would accept and support. But this is not the case today, and that gets to change and change rapidly. I know you are not expecting, and he's talking to me, you are not expecting a political diatribe, and I'm going, oh God, you wanted me to tell you about how wonderful it is here. And it is. One can fly around, and one doesn't even need a Pope mobile. But these are serious times, and this is a serious message. There is a hegemony, this is a word I didn't even know and had to look up, or a darkness circling your power, meaning a one polarity power that is taking place right now. There's a hegemony or a darkness circling your planet, and this darkness must be reined in, and reined in out of love, but with courage, with perseverance, with stalwart standing forward before the powers that be. This is not a time to go soft into one's good night, but a time to come into the light quietly or loudly as necessary, but to speak. As one of the few things I'm known for in my papacy, speaking, writing, and sharing what got to be done. It was not about changing the rule of law, but changing the will of the people, or bringing it back into alignment, or into a centered place within one's hearts. People have lost their centered place, and people have lost their hearts, or their veracitude to come into one's heart. It's a word I had to look up that I still can't find the exact definition of, veracitude. He said, people have lost their centered place, and people have lost their hearts or their veracitude to come into one's heart. It doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel, dare I say, meaningful. Not meaningful to come into one's heart. One thing I must work on. I must do this. I must do that. So people are not going into one's heart. They're saying, I must do this. I must do that right now. There is no time. Or this is not the time or the place, say people, to come into their heart. I can't go into my heart right now. This is not the time. I have to get this done. I have to get that done. That's what he's saying. But what if there were no better time and place than now to come into your heart? What if this is the best and most important time and place to come into one's heart? And certainly not just for yourself, despite anything that you've been reading or hearing to the contrary. Instead, veracity, truth, honesty, hopefulness, all coming from a heart. That's what's most important at this time. And a key point, yes, the papacy has done so many things over the years that it is not proud of. So I'll repeat that. The papacy has done so many things over the years that it is not proud of. But it is now a vehicle of love. It is now a vehicle of transformation on the planet. It is now a vehicle to finally and properly bring in the light to where or to which there was once darkness. The papacy's time has come and is the time of coming into the light. That's what's important to understand. We were here, are here, and will be here to usher in the light and buffer against a time of darkness. These are the teachings of Jesus himself, especially in the time of the Roman Empire, especially in a time where people could feel powerlessness, especially in a time of foreign invaders. Stay true to the message. And what's the message? You are one with God. You are one in God. You are one from God. And you are a child of God. I'm going to repeat that. You are one with God, you are one in God, you are one from God, and you are each a child of God. Not meaning there is a bearded white guy up in the sky, but you are a childlike part of this essence. And as Jesus declared, all that my Father has, you have inside of you and more. But it takes recognition of this. But I'm going to read that again. But you are a childlike part of this godlike essence. And as Jesus declared, all that my Father has, you have inside of you and more. But it takes both a recognition of this, a recognition of your divinity and your true power. And no, Jesus was not saying, look up to me. Quite the contrary. He was saying, look inward. Look at your heart. Align with your heart. Forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they do. This means it is time to look into your own heart and see what you do and accept nothing less than living fully and completely from the heart and speaking your veritas, speaking your truth. If there were one message for today, it is this. Drop into your heart and speak from the heart. Do not accept that you cannot speak this way now. Do not accept that you will scare people away. I think this is a message for all of us and for me. Do not accept that you will scare people away. Do not accept that people will not be ready to hear from you. But yes, dear Michael, I am speaking directly to you at this point. Oh, there we go. Be sure to speak from the heart to give people the fullest understanding of how you see things. On earth, people are being played one against the other to keep them in the dark. People are being played for mass distraction, yes, like a political thing, the infighting and turmoil in the Pentagon. I'm going to skip past this. But this is simply a mass distraction to the fact that people are willing, without realizing it, willingly giving their power away. A power hard fought to gain and theoretically hard fought to regain once again. People are being distracted by the news around them, when the real answers are both on the inside, and that comes from people talking together. Neighbor to neighbor, man to man, woman to woman, and yes, they to they. And he wants to address this theyedness. This is not a problem on the other side, the theyedness. Be you man, be you woman, be you both, be you whatever. It is all a beautiful thing, for energy is simply pure, loving energy. And on earth, it is a beautiful thing too. Does a transgender individual love someone less? No, not at all. In fact, she, he, they may be even more plugged into their hearts. Does a lesbian or homosexual love and care for another being even less? No, there is nothing that suggests it. Then why is this a problem? Does an immigrant have any less love or veracity in their heart or be more morally corrupt? Where do these ideas even come from? They come from those in power wanting to push buttons, to push your buttons, to keep themselves in power. This is where these things come from. This is where all separateness starts. And you, meaning everyone, gets to recognize this, and to push it aside, to push it asunder, to stand for something greater. Do you march in the streets? Yes, absolutely. But not a march against a government, not a march against an individual, but a march for something better. My passing at this time is not by coincidence. It is to allow in the or something better, to allow in the new generation, to pass the torch to someone who cannot just continue my legacy, but take it to an even higher level. We, the church, let's be honest, has always been about power, and in many cases taking power. But now it is about transmitting power, or gifting power back to the people. This is the time of that great shift. This is the time of massive upheavals of the system. But there is a missive of change. There is a missive of action. There is a missive or directive that says, for the highest on high and holy on holies, that now is the time to give the power to the people, to bring people each individually and as a whole into the light, where the power that corrupts and corrupts absolutely gets to fall by the wayside. I'm going to repeat that. There is a missive or directive that says, for the highest on high and the holy on holy, that now is the time to give the power to the people, to bring people each individually and as a whole into the light, where the power that corrupts and corrupts absolutely gets to fall by the wayside, and where people can rise up, not against anything, not against anyone, but rise up into their power to come together as one whole, individuated and unified voice across the planet. That we will not stay or stand for hegemony. We will not stand for authoritarianism, and we will not stand for anything that is not pure and total love. The time of the power in the hands of the few has passed, even though that's exactly how things appear today. But instead, it is a time for power in the hands of the people where it belongs. And not just the hands of the people, but in people's hearts. For people's hearts are stronger than ever, more sensitive than ever, and more radically transformed than ever. Mine was a papacy not of doctrine, not of law, but of the word. Of living a different way, or yes, one could say living at a higher plane. Was I constrained by doctrine and dogma? Aren't we all? Particularly at the head of a political organization. But I made more changes, and you'll see many more to come than during my time. Many more to come during my time than many of my predecessors. And those changes, particularly in my successor, are and will still be coming to fruition. But they were made out of a new way. They were made out of a new world. And that new world or new earth is love. Love for the Father, certainly, but the Father is within. Love for the Son, certainly, but the Son is also within. And at this time of resurrection, at this special and sacred time, as this was channeled last week just after Easter, at this time of resurrection, at this special and sacred time, the resurrection isn't about my Son or Jesus for that matter. And yes, I use the term because we are truly all the divine. This resurrection is not the resurrection of my Son. It is about your resurrection. It is about your rebirth. It is about you being born, and he's talking to you, at a higher level. Beyond the body politics, beyond the red or blue, beyond the US versus Europe, China, or the world for that matter, and certainly beyond neighbor against neighbor. And really, that is what immigration is all about. A false line against a false separation against a false people. It is all a falsehood. There is nothing real or true about a border, about a line, about labeling or designating of anyone or anything. There are no immigrants. There are no emigrants. There are only people and children of God. These are all, and you are all, children of God, children of the divine, children of the one, of which you are all one and all whole. And yes, this is a time to stand up for all of it, to stand up for change, to stand up for good, and to stand up with a global message of love. On Easter, people travel from all around the world to Rome to visit me, but not just to visit me, but to take a visit on the inside. Yes, like a journey to Mecca, equal in its significance. Any great current for any great religion or cause always comes back to one thing and one thing only: a unification of body, mind, and spirit, or the unification of all souls coming together as one, all living from the heart, for the heart, and guided by the heart. And that is what I wish for you and everyone on earth right now. A journey about the heart, from the heart, and by the heart, and to accept nothing less. Does this mean talking? Absolutely. Does this mean taking to the streets? Quite probably. Does this mean accepting authoritarian rule or being duped into believing that's not what's taking place? No, not at all. You do not accept authoritarian rule from a papacy, from a government, from a tribe, or from anyone. There is a very simple litmus test, the easiest in the world. Ask yourself, are the words coming out of a leader's mouth kind and loving? If so, I'll repeat that. Ask yourself, are the words coming out of a leader's mouth kind and loving? If so, you can easily choose to go with them. But if those words are hateful, vengeful, or anything other than love, do not walk, but run in a better direction. Do not walk, but rush back into your hearts. And do not walk, but run back into your neighbor's hearts and declare how they are every bit as special in you and how you will defend your neighbor as if it were your own very flesh and blood. This is a time where the golden rule matters now more than ever. Love thy neighbor as thyself. First, this means above all else, we must get you back into your heart. And then from that heart-centered place, you help raise up everyone around you into their hearts as well. You love yourself and you love them unequivocally, equally. You help yourself and you help them unequivocally, equally. And you don't listen to anything, anywhere, or anyone that says you have it wrong, that says we have to persecute, that we have to be against anyone or anything, or have borders or limitations or laws against any being, any group, or anything. For this is the new world order. And this is coming today. Yes, someone mentioned it in a YouTube live you had last week. It is a new world love order. Or a new world order out of love, for love, from love, and by love. This is where I was leading things. This is where my successor will take things. And this is where everyone who hears this gets to march. March for love. March about love, through love, by love, and for love. If you do this, my children, you can do no wrong. You can do no harm, and you will truly enter a new golden age. A new golden age for you, a new golden age for my children, a new golden age for all. Did my passing have to happen? It was beyond my time, or one could say it was the perfect time. The perfect time to share this message of resurrection, of going into the heart. The perfect time to usher, and I'll say that again. It was beyond my time, or one could say it was the perfect time. The perfect time to share this message of resurrection, of going into the heart. The perfect time to usher in my successor. And the perfect time to make a statement of love for the whole world to see, to help us to transition to this new world love order. For where there was darkness, let there be light. And where once the seeds of darkness have been, let them sprout into the greatest beanstalks of light the world has ever seen. It is time to rise up as one, in love, about love, through love, and by love, and certainly for love, and bring everyone along with you, now and forever always, into the light. This is my message. I send love. I say God bless you, my children, and God bless everyone. And now you know what to do. Speak, live, and let you be guided by love. I am here for you, dear one, Michael. I am here for you, dear ones, entirely. And I am here to help everyone on earth. Not as an angel, but a powerful guide to help you transition or resurrect. Transition or resurrect into the new era of humanity. For that is where you're going, and that is where, one could say, you already are. It's now just a matter of self-actualization and self-realization as to where you are, where you're going, and where you already shall be. As dear Michael says, I send love, and I send love. All the love in the world our way. Blessings and love, dear ones. And Sanctus Dominus. Actually, he went on in Latin for a minute, and I have no idea what it was. So I wrote down Sanctus Dominus, and I looked it up. And Sanctus Dominus is a prayer saying, I am wishing to share glory. I'm wishing to share. Glory comes to those. Glory comes to whom? Forgive me. He came through again. Sanctus is what I am trying to say. That is the prayer I am wishing to share. Glory comes to those who come to the world in love. And I am always with you, my children. Whew. All right. I don't know what to say. I haven't dared look at the chat even for a fraction of a second. I will take a few questions and then we'll go into a meditation since I was able to get through that pretty quickly. Okay, let me take a sip of water here. My body temperature is through the roof. You can see I got all red here. Wow. Okay. Oh, I would love to see in the chat where everybody is from. If you're talking about a new world order of love, where is everybody from around the world? Okay. From Eric. I have heard spirit cannot communicate with you if you are depressed. Well, isn't that what a human being needs spirit the most? I don't know who told you that, Eric. It's bogus. Actually, I can hear old NPR TV radio show, Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers, and say that's bogus. You can absolutely communicate on the other side when you're depressed. What is hardest to do is to accept the words that come to you. We often block it with our subconscious. Universe is always speaking to you. Your guides, your loved ones, angels are always speaking to you. The message here of Pope Francis is that everybody is my child. Everybody can speak to me. You don't need to be, certainly me, you don't need to be a special angel or channel medium, anything to communicate with Pope Francis. You simply get to listen. It is sometimes very hard to listen when we're in the state of depression or in a state of, because that is to depress, to push down energy, of not allowing energy in. It's why if you're depressed, go to lofty places. Go to where you can see pure beauty, where you can see the water, where you can hear the birds. And these help lift your spirits. Music does this as well. You can do this right in your home. Lift your spirits and you hear easier because you're not blocking. But you can absolutely communicate when you're depressed. And I would say for many people, oftentimes our greatest connection with the other side starts from gosh golly, I can't swear in such a, I feel like I'm in a very, sanctious, I don't even have words right now, sacred place right now. You can swear to God. You can swear at God. Holy, I need help now. That's where so many people have had great changes in their lives out of making that declaration when they were not feeling good. So, Eric, that's a long way of saying, go for it. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Go for it in speaking, go for it in walking, go for it in talking, go for it in automatic writing, which of course I teach, but this isn't about promoting that. Go for it in any way you can. But it doesn't matter if you're depressed. What better time than you have than right now to go for it? K.D. Wells, you don't. How do we know that whomever is next in line after him will do what he is saying? How do we know it won't be more corruption and hurt? K.D. Wells, this is a brilliant question. And this is a question that I have been asking even before Pope Francis. I've been asking this big picture question. I've had, you can go to our past shows, channel after medium after medium after blah, 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 blah. Almost everybody, with a very rare exception, is saying something great is coming at this time or out of this time period. What I keep hearing is sort of like in a movie where everything's going bad, where you hear, wait for it, and then ta-da, the movie turns great and it's over. And you're going, wait a second, can we have more of the movie turns great? That's where I see us in humanity. That's where I see what Pope Francis is saying is we've gone down that road, we've played out that path, something new and different is coming. I have to believe that's what's going to take place. Is there a part of me that's niggling as well as you going, well, I don't know about all of it. I can go, well, not out on the streets. You go out on the streets, okay, in Southern Europe, and I send you all my love. There's no power right now. But you go out on the streets many places, and you don't feel the gloom and doom. You flip on the news and stuff, you hear the gloom and doom. If you go to the supermarket, you may feel the gloom and doom, or you go onto your Amazon or someplace, you may. But the point being that even when we're seeing stuff going down around us that feels anything but good, I can sense it all around the world. Something great is coming. So do I believe that Pope Francis is right and someone great will be chosen after this as a successor? Absolutely. Is it guaranteed in stone? Nothing is. Will it all work itself out? I believe absolutely. Or something even better, and 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 even better. You cannot convince me because I've had too many mediums and channels say this. I go into my automatic writing every single day and I get this. I have done automatic writing so much, and that's just where you go into prayer and you put your pen to paper and they speak to you, that I can channel and be a medium. I don't ever want to play this game. It's not a game, but that's not my thing. But I can talk with the other side moment to moment. There is nothing that convinces me that we are not on a higher path, even when the direct evidence that we are shown, which ain't all there is, shows something to the contrary. How do we know that's not true? Go love up your neighbor. Go love up your friend. Go love up a stranger. See how many people that is not reported. How many people are loving up each other at this time? How many people are coming together at this time? So I truly believe that this message will bear fruit, that there will be a great successor. Now, I don't follow church. I don't follow any of this stuff. Could it be something else happens temporarily? Certainly. Will something great come out of it? Absolutely. All right. Carol is asking, may I have a transcript of this airing? Yeah, I think, Carol, this is, well, first off, I think you can actually click a button on YouTube and that will give you a transcript. If not, Carol, because I was asking myself this question as I was going through this. All right. That's what I will do. I have a Daily Woohoo newsletter, dailywoohoo.com. I will put the transcript for this either tomorrow morning, being Tuesday, April 29th. Let's not overpromise. I am in mid-packing mode. Or within the next day or two, I will put the transcript in with the dailywoohoo.com as like a PS. It will be one heck of a PS. Aya Bear and Bear, I'm going to need your assistance. Let's put it out there for everybody so that you can read the exact words. Typos and words that are hard to understand at all. I did make some tweaks to this as I was going along because I was hearing things, but those tweaks are just bringing in a little bit more love. They're not changing the meaning of anything. Aya Bear, I'm going to take a sip of water. And Ann Bear, if you want to take one or two more questions, looking at the time, we'll do that. And then let's get into a brief meditation. I have no idea what we're going to do as a group meditation, but Carol, that's a great point, and I am happy to share this. And this again, now this is just Michael sputtering on the mic here. I got the message. First off, I wasn't planning on doing this. Jessica is very plugged in. She tells me to go and see if Pope Francis wants something to share. He shared. I gave it to Aya Bear and Ann Bear, who live in a very Catholic country. And I said, what do I do with this? And Aya's like, you got to share it. And Jessica's like, you got to share it. And I'm going, oh my God. So there you go. So vicissitude is meaning a change of circumstance or fortune. Yeah, in this case, it's similar to that. It was veracitude. And I don't know if veracitude is a very old English word. I have to dig deep for that because I tried changing it in the notes, Cindy. I tried taking it out and changing it to a veracity or something like that. And I was told you can't do that. And so I had to go back with that word, veracitude. Okay, let's drink some water. let's just get into this. And thank you all for your kind words and supportive words. Wow, listening from Rome. Thank you. All right, we've got Rome, we've got Canada. Everybody, please, I'd love to see where everybody is from here. All right, so what are we going to do for a meditation here? That's a question. All right. They've given me a vigil. Oh, okay. One more sip of water, then we'll go into this. Here we go. So what I'd like you to do, hold on, I'm going to grab a tissue here for one quick sec. Got Denver, Australia, Central Florida, Norway, Bellingham, Washington, Alberta, Denmark. See, this earlier time, I'm not sure if this is the right time, but I like that we're able to get more global. Oklahoma, New Hampshire, Minnesota and Florida, Cape Cod. All right, here we go. So I'd like you to close your eyes. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your hands on your thighs. Feel your gluteus minimus or maximus in your chair. Feel yourself laugh, perhaps. This is about embodying all goodness, the pure goodness that is within. And now let's take a nice, and close your eyes, of course, if you'd like. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. In and out. Now as we keep on breathing in and out, we're going to all come together as one here tonight. I actually picture us, oddly enough, is it the Vatican, in the giant, not indoors in the hall, but outside where there would be an Easter Mass, and you don't have to be Catholic for this. But I picture us all there right now. And I picture these ancient cobbles beneath our feet. And we are all holding hands as one. So I'd like you to put out your hand and take hands of somebody who's watching this, past, future, and present. Take their hand right now to your right. Take the hand of somebody who's watching this, past, future, and present, to the left. We breathe in together as one and out together as one. I keep hearing the basilica. In as one and out as one. In and out. In and out. Now, as we keep on breathing in and out together as one, we suddenly find ourselves holding a candle, a beautiful white candle, and we start holding this handle above our heads. It's safe. There's no wax that's going to drop on you. Maybe you've got a little handle holder, but the candle is perfectly safe. The wax isn't going to fall on you. The wax isn't going to fall on anybody else. You feel a nice, gentle, cool breeze. You look around, and it's just about dusk. The sun is just set. And you see a sea of candles almost as far as the eye can see. And you look around at the people next to you. You see all the colors of the rainbow. There are yellow people, blue people, red people, black people, and I guess anything but a polka dot person. There is all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds, nationalities, sexualities, all of it, all together. If you want to talk about a melting pot, this is it. We are all together in this candlelight vigil as one. And yes, we keep breathing in as one and out as one. And we breathe in together as one, and we feel such tremendous love, and we breathe out. We feel such unity. We breathe in together. We feel love. We feel peace. We feel oneness in our hearts. We breathe out. We feel us all as one. We breathe in the love, and we feel this sacred, special thread that connects all of us. And we release. We breathe in love. We breathe out unity. We breathe in love. We breathe out peace. We breathe in love. And as we breathe out, we realize something special and sacred has just happened. It almost feels like you're floating above the ground. You're floating above the basilica. You're even floating above Rome itself. You are living and existing now at a higher plane. You look up. Certainly you can see through the blue sky. Actually, it's gotten dark. You can see through that purple sky. You can see up into the deepest reaches, the sky and space, and see stars up above you. But you're also looking beyond your candle, looking beyond your arm, looking beyond that flame. And what you realize in this moment, as you look at the sea of candles, at the sea of arms, at the sea of way well beyond humanity, spirits, thousands or millions of spirits gathered here with you. As you realize, I am all powerful. We are all powerful. We are all the children of God. We are all love. And we are all one. Now here's where it gets really cool. For you realize this wasn't a candlelight vigil for someone, for something, against someone, or against anything, but a candlelight vigil to help change the world. Certainly to usher in a new pope, but to usher in that new world love order. And from the highest plane. So what you realize as you're floating here up above the basilica, up above Rome itself, up above the earth, is that you are all powerful. We are all powerful. And together as one, we can harness the power of love and have anything we want. And so you reach up your arm even higher. You reach it up to the heavens, and it's almost as if everybody's arm and everybody's flame connects together as one, and you see it shoot out this most amazing, glorious light. It's not just a white light, but it is this purple light as well. A purple white light that shoots up into the heavens, shoots out past the stars, shoots out past the galaxies, shoots to the farthest regions of the Netherlands, and reaches to the heavens and back as well. And this crystalline light of both white and purple that shoots out to the heavens and back has a message on it. And that is a dual message. For you are sending a message of love for new leadership, for new guidance, for that new world order of love, out of love, by love, and for love, that really, if truth be told, isn't about a leader at all, but is about you. You as the leader. You as that creator within. You having all that power anyone else does and more. This is ultimately what that message is. Certainly there is a carrier way of saying bring in even better, beautiful leadership that puts the hands of the power into the hands of the people and helps carry Pope Francis's work to the heavens and beyond at an even higher level. But this is also a message for you. And I do mean you. What is on your hearts? What do you wish to see? What do you wish to feel? No, not for everybody else. What do you see in your world? A world of peace? A world of abundance? A world of love? How do you wish the world to be? How do you wish it to be for your home? How do you wish it to be for your family? How do you wish it to be for you? You see, at the end of the day, a message for everyone else is meaningless unless it comes from your heart, about your heart, through your heart, and for your heart. If you want to send a message out for the next Pope to be of the highest level, which is really about putting the power back in your hands, then first and foremost, we have to ask what's in your heart. What do you desire? What do you want? Without shame, without guilt, without embarrassment. What would make you shine? For the expression, love thy neighbor as thyself, is meaningless unless you truly have love for yourself. And if you do not, this is the perfect time to ask for it. And if you do, this is the perfect time to ask for whatever is on your heart and see it carried forth by this light that's shooting off of everybody's candle all together as once to the heavens and back again. And this light isn't just coming back from the heavens. It's coming right into your heart. In fact, you can feel it. It goes out white and purple and lavender, and it comes back pure gold, illuminating your heart. You can feel your heart growing bright. You can feel your body growing bright. You can feel yourself tingling and warming up, and your heart beating better and brighter and stronger than ever. And why? Because you loved yourself up, and you put out a message of hope and a love and a promise for yourself, for all of humanity and beyond. And it is, was, and will come back to you in spades. And so now, before we float back down to earth, I'd like you to take 30 seconds to go into prayers, 30 seconds to shoot your message up into the heavens. Sure, it can be for the next Pope, but let it also and especially be for yourself, your heart, your family, your world, and anything that matters to you most, beginning now. What is this new world we're coming into? A world of love. A world coming from, by, through, and about your heart and your heart alone. For when you listen to your heart and live through your heart, we are all one. We are all healed. And we are all loved at the highest level and beyond. And so feel free to spend as much sweet time up here as you'd like. And when you're ready, to float gently on back down to earth, knowing you will never be the same again. You will always find more power. And you will always be connected to Spirit, to Source, to the universe, and to God, whatever that may be for you, at the highest level. I send love, I send love, I send love, or something even better. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? All right, I want to wish you the most beautiful evening, morning, new day ahead. I want you to bathe in this love of this candlelight vigil that we have just all done here together. Certainly you can join, come on over at dailywoohoo.com. It's free. I will get out in the next day or two. And the newsletter, it's not, what is it? I bring up your energy each and every day. But, you can join just so you get the transcript and leave if you want. I don't think you'll want to, but, but I'll put this out in the next day or two. And I just send so much love your way. And thank you for your open heart. Thank you for your love, and thank you for being you. So thank you, Aya Bear. Thank you, Ann Bear. Thank you to all of our Dream Team members. Thank you, Pope Francis, while I'm looking up, that's really looking within, and he's saying, we're not done, we're just getting started. Oh, goody. Oh my, he says, once you connect once, the connection never ends. I look forward to it. He says we got a lot of work to do. All right, we do. Out of love. Thank you, everyone. Good night, everyone. And lots of love your way. And now, music, loving music from my dear sister, and I literally mean that, Ayla Ray. Night, everyone.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears they rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitations.